A question I regularly get is, Joe, Zapier sounds great or automation sounds great, but how do I even know what I can automate? Well, my friends, there are four components to an automation. That is trigger, action, condition, and timing. But today we're going to focus on the first two, the trigger and the actions, because really for any automation, there are two requirements. That is the trigger, something to kick off the automation, and the action, something that needs to happen during the automation. And if you have apps that have triggers or actions or both, then you can automate. So here's how I recommend you find those. Okay, so when you go to Zapier.com, I just keep getting this login page and I'm not logged in. I find it hard to believe that they don't have an actual landing page, but whatever. The button we're looking for is going to be in the same spot every time. And that is the Explore Apps button. So we click that. It brings us to a directory where it gives us a list of all the apps on Zapier, but it also gives us a ability to search. So let's say I want to connect Notion. I type in Notion, it makes some recommendations. I click on the one I want, and then it gives me a page dedicated to Notion. So what we're going to do is it can suggest some pairings, which is cool. But if we scroll all the way down to supported triggers and actions, we can see what we can do with Notion. So I'm going to filter to just triggers. Here are the things that we can use to trigger automations using Notion. New data source item, which is a new item created in a data source. So you add a new row to a database, for example. Updated data source item. So you change something in a database. New comment, which is super cool. And updated page. So you actually update the content of the page. Those are the four triggers that you can use for Notion. With actions, we have a lot more actions. And so you can look through this and say, okay, well, based on whatever triggers the event, I can do things inside Notion. So add block to a page, add a comment, archive database item, create data source. So here's a really interesting one, right? If I have a podcast planner in Notion, maybe I can have Zapier watch my podcast RSS feed, and when a new episode is published, archive the database item with the title that matches or the episode number that matches the database item. So there's one quick idea for you. Create data source item, move page, restore database item. There's a whole bunch of stuff. You will probably find this to be the case with a lot of apps. They're going to have a few triggers and a lot of actions because if it's a big tech company, they want to provide the minimum amount of triggers for you to find it useful. This is conjecture, but they want more actions. They want you to be able to do more stuff in the app. So just by nature of owning a software company, they're probably going to provide a lot more actions. They definitely want it to be easier to get data in than out. So that's also just something to keep in mind. And again, if we scroll up to search for pairing apps, we can see other apps that we can pair with Notion. So I just suggested RSS. So let's see what they've got here. RSS by Zapier. And now it has a trigger and action. We can swap those if we want. This is really interesting though. Like what actions does RSS have? So let's say new data source item. The action could be create an item in a feed. Super interesting because now this actually allows you to create an RSS feed from a Notion database. That's really cool. More likely, you might want to do it the other way around and say, if there's a new item in a feed, add a block to a page or create a data source item, maybe. And that's the kind of experimentation you can do without really experimenting. So let's take a look at, another maybe common app, right? We can do Google Docs, right? So we'll say Google Docs here. And you can see like you have like all sorts of Google tools here, including Google Meet, which is cool. So, actually, yeah, let's do Google Docs. So if we scroll down, we can see the triggers, actions, or both. So for triggers, new document in folder. Those are the triggers. And then the actions, append text to document, create document from template, upload document, find and replace text. So maybe for this, maybe you like to gather show notes for your podcast or gather research items, and you can append text maybe when you bookmark something. So let's search for, are there bookmarking tools maybe? Bookmark or read later. Maybe you use a specific one. I think Instapaper is still around, right? So Instapaper right here. Choose Instapaper. And interestingly, Instapaper, you see we don't have the swap here. Instapaper does not have any triggers. It only has actions. So we wouldn't be able to say, when I save something in Instapaper, add it to Google Docs. We could do it the other way around, where maybe we have a Google Doc of interesting links and we could add it to Instapaper. So that is an idea that we had that's not possible. I'm glad we didn't dive into actually building it and then realizing that it's not possible. But there are, again, you want to take a look at tools that you use, search for them here, and then see what triggers and actions are possible. And then maybe either use the public builder sort of thing or see what they suggest, right? If we look at Google Sheets, it's suggesting apps to pair. It's also suggesting Zap, save new email, Gmail emails matching certain traits to a Google Sheet. This is one that I did when I was using Help a Reporter Out. I would have a Gmail search with emails coming from Haro. And if it used the words podcast or automation, I would save them to a Google Sheet so that I knew to respond to them without having to read all of the requests in a Help a Reporter Out request. So that was a super simple, super useful automation that made my life a lot easier. But that's it for this video. This is how I recommend you see what's possible in Zapier. Make a list of the apps you use all the time. Go to, I'll link the page below, the Explore Apps page in Zapier, and just see what's possible. What triggers are there? What actions are there? Let me know. Is there a tool that you use all the time and you'd love to see automations built with it? Leave a comment below. If you liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more automation tips from me. And until next time, I hope you find some space in your week.